It's the Whoa Show, the show that makes you whoa.
Hi, I'm Steph, and welcome to The Whoa Show. I'm joined by Joe, Draven, and Aiden. Say hi, guys.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
And today's episode, we're going to be talking about our favourite games. I'll start. My favourite games are Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask and Life is Strange. I'm going to talk about Majora's Mask first, though. The storyline basically is, Link's riding back on his horse back from Hyrule, and he gets ambushed by Skull Kid because he's a bit of an arsehole. They steal the mask and he runs away. He leaves him with the fairy, and you follow through this thing to this town. There's this merchant like, hey, you've got that Skull Kid stole a mask. I will wait 3 days and not do anything. Just wait in this room for you to bring it back. However, during these 72 hours, the 3 days, there's this giant moon that's going to fall onto the earth, and none of the townspeople seem scared by it at all. In fact, they're planning a carnival. Anyway, throughout the game, you've got to collect 3 masks, and you've got to solve the puzzles, get each of the masks, and yeah, and then you return the mask to the merchant, and the Skull Kid goes, baba, and then Link is like, yeah, saves the day again. I like the characters. I like Skull Kid because he's an arsehole, and I like the fairy that follows you around, and I like the creepy merchant guy. He was very patient. He decided just to wait around for 72 hours.
I love the characters in that game.
Yeah.
They're all so creepy.
I love how everyone is just so chill about the fact that there's just a moon coming towards them and they're planning a carnival.
They are until the last day, because then they realise, oh no, we're all gonna die.
Yeah. No, that moon was scary. I only have 2 vivid nightmares from my childhood. One was being eaten by a street cleaner, and the other one was the moon from Majora's Mask.
That was it. It was just the moon.
Just the moon is scared me. It's so scary. It's just a moon and it's just smiling down like, hello. They get everything in that.
I love that it's always there as well.
I know. It doesn't even go away. Just day and night aren't a thing. It's just a moon.
Whenever you look up, it's there.
Imagine if that happened in real life.
What do you not like about the game,
What
though?
do I not like about the game? The creep moon.
Is that it?
I don't know, just all the characters are so unsettling. Like the merchant guy. Oh my god, he was creepy. It was just like, hello.
It's because of the way it was animated.
I know, just, oh my god, the way that a lot of the characters are animated and creepy.
It's him specific because he jumps around. He doesn't have
It's
any
like-
actual animations. He just jumps from one facial expression to another.
I know. Okay, right.
Life is Strange.
Life is Strange. I didn't play that game till it came out in 2015, but it's a good game, you know? No, it's also
What happens in Life is Strange?
Life is Strange. Basically, you play as Max, who moves away and then comes back for her college. I think she's in college, but like American college, as a photography student. And basically, she can rewind time, and she gets pause time at one point to try and save a girl who tries to kill herself. And it's a weird game, but basically, every choice you have affects the game, I guess. It's kind of a butterfly effect thing. And at the end, you have to choose between killing your best friend and saving everyone in the town from this giant hurricanado thing, or killing everyone in the town and saving your best friend, but everyone else is dead. So, what I like about the game is... I don't know.
Just everything.
Just everything.
Is there anything you don't like about it?
I don't like...
How stupid the characters are.
Yeah. The characters are so stupid. Like, at one point, Chloe, who's Max's best friend, who you have to choose to either kill or save at the end. So, like,
I feel like
she
Tony really
shoots-
doesn't know what to do, like, with itself, because the characters are really, really stupid.
The characters are stupid.
And I think they're deliberately stupid because they wanted some funny elements among the
I
really
know, it's like-
story, harsh story bits, but
And
it really
basically,
just
I
doesn't
didn't
work,
like
I
the
don't
cliquey
think.
group of girls with Victoria.
They
The
were really
Vortex
annoying.
Club. They are, oh my god, they were arseholes. I hated. Oh, I really liked the end though. Like the choice you had to make between choosing Chloe or choosing Arcadia Bay, because I don't know. It's just really interesting. I chose to save the town rather than Chloe because Chloe dies several times. Like you show what happens if her dad didn't die when she was little. She dies through like being paralyzed and stuff. She wants to die because she's paralyzed and she doesn't like the situation. She dies several times. Like the first time you see Aftina for years, she gets shot. She accidentally shoots herself at one point. She shoots a car and it just repels and it's like, oh, well, you're dumb. She nearly gets ran over by a train at one point. She was supposed to die, basically.
Basically fate.
It's fate,
Yeah.
yeah, she had to die. So I chose to kill her and save everyone else who didn't have to die. I don't know, I really liked that end choice that you had to make. It was very difficult, though.
It's the morality thing.
It's a morality thing, yeah. So, Aiden, why don't we talk with you about talk about your favorite games? What's your favorite game, Aiden?
I like Crash 2
Oh, I still like Crash Bandicoot too.
because it's perfect.
Okay, why is it perfect?
It nails everything. I think there's no platformer that has better controls or anything like that.
Including the ice physics.
Including the ice physics, because you get used to them. At first, they're kind of awkward, but the more you get used to them, you get used to how to carry your own momentum and things like that. And it just becomes like another game mechanic in a game that's already filled with really, really good mechanics. I just think it's great.
I disagree.
Why do you disagree, Jason?
The levels are too hard.
It is really hard. And there's a big spike in difficulty as well, to be fair. But
I'm not good enough at games to play it all the way through.
oh,
That's my
Oh
question.
dear.
did you use the dash jump though? Because I've come across 2 people before who didn't know you could dash jump in that game. You didn't know you could
No.
dash jump. That's probably why you
shaking the
can't
head
beat it.
Oh no.
Because the original game was also really good, but it only had that one basic jump mechanic and spin mechanic, and that was basically it. Whereas in Crash 2, they introduced like you can crawl, you can do a belly flop, you can dash jump, which is like the most satisfying thing ever. So I don't know, it improved over the game before it, and then all the games after it really kind of didn't live up to it. I didn't think. There's only really one stage in the entire game that I didn't like.
What was that stage?
It was in the final warp room. It's basically, it was a really similar stage to one of the first ones, but it's all in pitch black darkness. So you have to memorize the stage as you go along it without being able to see anything, which in a platformer is really, really annoying and frustrating. Especially in one like Crash, because as soon as you die, you both lose a life and you lose, unless you got the checkpoint, you're gonna go all the way back to the start of the level.
Oh, I
again.
hate that so much in games. Like, I did that in Fallout, and I died, like, near the petrol station where I just got stuck. This is the beginning of the game. I think it was, like, the first time I could have died. And I didn't save, so I had to go all the way back to the
Oh,
bunker
no.
where you just wake up, and it's like, ugh. Yeah, I got pretty
Rookie
Sit
Bethesda game. Mistake
Rookie
right
mistake. I had to go through the whole neighborhood searching with Cogsworth again.
It's worse when the game like crashes or something like that,
Oh,
and it doesn't
wow.
have an autosave. I remember Red Dead Redemption when I was really young. I got to like
no.
I played it for like 6 hours in one day and then didn't save at the end of the day,
Oh no.
and so I'd lost all of that
Oh
progress.
no.
It was very.
Moral of the story, always save your game.
Always.
Always save your
Yeah.
game.
Also, because if you skip a cutscene by accident, you can't go back and watch it.
Oh no. I hate doing that as well.
What was by the game?
Was it
Portal?
Portal.
Yeah, Portal.
Yeah, Portal.
Portal's great.
Portal was great.
Is there anything you don't like about it?
I don't think it's long enough. I feel like they could have made it longer.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I don't know. That's just me being wishful for another Portal game, probably.
I mean, yeah, I agree with that as well. It's not long enough.
Like, because I can play that game all the way through in like 45 minutes now.
Jesus
So-
Christ.
The story in it's amazing. Oh, that was the other thing. Most of the story is just told through like, through world building rather than through a cutscene where someone says you have to do this or everyone will die. You don't actually know that. You're just kind of going through it and eventually like through I don't know looking at a picture on a wall or like hearing something you're not supposed to hear, something like that. You'll pick up on like oh this is what's going on in this story. Okay.
Okay, so that was Aiden with Porcelain Crash.
So, Draven next.
Crash
Draven.
Wait,
Wait,
shut up, Draven. We've got an interview with Joshua Barthrop.
Oh
game
yeah,
developer.
we
Oh,
have.
Let's cut to that with Steph. See ya.
Okay, so I'm Stephanie Gray. I'm joined by Joshua Barthrop, who's a student in game developing, and I'm going to interview him about some games. Say hi, Josh.
Hello there.
Okay, so what are your favourite games and why?
Well, to be honest, I have a lot of favourite games. I can't really pick one, but if I'd really had to narrow it down, at the moment I'm playing a lot of Rainbow Six Siege. I really enjoy it because it's a lot of strategy involved, a lot of team play. Doesn't have just one continuous method. It's always dynamic.
Okay, are there any specifics towards why you like those games in particular are worse than others? For example, mechanics, themes, music, etc.
No, not really. I mean, most audio within games is important. It's only been recently since developers have actually been thinking about audio before they actually start making the game. It used to be they did the audio after. However, they've realised audio is a big part of video games. Art is important, like different art styles. For example, Limbo. Limbo was a very unique art style compared to something like Rainbow Six Siege, which is really photorealistic. Back to something like Breath of the Wild, which is a cartoon, its very own style. It'll really age well.
Okay, what memories with those games stand out?
One memory is that playing Lord of the Rings Battle for Middle-earth with my cousin. We used to play it all the time at his. We basically used to recreate all the scenes from Lord of the Rings. We used to spice it up a little bit where the orcs would be inside the Helm's Deep and the elves or Rohan would be attacking Helm's Deep themselves. There are a few memories I like.
Is there anything you don't like about them?
How stressful they are to make. Is that an option to say?
Probably. Okay, right, these are going to be complete opposites. Least favourites and why?
Ooh, least favourite game? Probably not a single game, but a franchise. Call of Duty. Don't get me wrong, there's some Call of Duty games that are really good. For example, World at War, absolutely love. The new Call of Duty World War II, well, it's older now, but the previous generation of Call of Duty games, which was World War II, I really enjoyed that. So there are some good Call of Duty games, however, it's a lot of repetitive nature, especially with Black Ops 4 coming out, and it doesn't have a single-player campaign. There isn't really any need for you to buy it unless you're really into the multiplayer aspect, which, if that's the case, then happy for you. You can happily enjoy it.
Are there any specifics why you don't like those games? Again, like with mechanics and themes and music.
Well, I mean, with Call of Duty, yeah, they do quite cool things like different eras and stuff like that. However, it is basically the same set of mechanics. It's a gun with a certain stat. It just happens to be better than all the other guns. Everyone wants to use it. There isn't any variation. With something like, I hate to go back to it, but Rainbow Six Siege, they have different stats that apply in different sort of natures. Or, I'm going to do a new example, CSGO. They basically all have the same stats, but they have different things called spray patterns. So all the assault rifles are very similar. All of the SMGs are very similar, just have different things called spray patterns or recoil patterns. It's basically where the bullets travel in different directions.
Okay, again, do you have memories with those games that stand out?
Not really. I mean, I have a lot of good memories with a lot of good games, especially Call of Duty. Playing Call of Duty Zombies for the first time when it was first released, that was interesting. Definitely gave me the goosebumps, because no other game before that had done it in that sort of way. So yeah, it was very interesting. There's a lot of interesting things coming out for games.
Okay, anything you like about them? I remember that you mentioned that with stats and stuff, but what do you like?
Well, I'm mainly into RTSs, so that's why I play a lot of Battle of Middle-earth when I was younger. I play a lot of Hearts of Iron at the moment. It's a World War II simulation game, or you could say it was a simulation game, basically you've got an overview of the world. You can select a country to play as. You can change the events of World War II at your please. So you could turn England into a fascist country and make them the United British Front or something like that. It's very
Okay.
crazy.
Okay, cool. That's all of the questions done. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Okay. Draven is up next.
Hello.
Hi, Draven. What's your favourite game?
Crash 3. I like how you need to go through each level and get like crystals and gems, just like
I mean, exactly like in Quest 2.
yeah, and Crash 1.
There's no gems. Sorry, there's no crystals in Quest
Then
1.
there's still gems though.
Oh.
I like the part where you leave Crash for a bit and he just throws up an apple and eats it.
So Wumpa.
He doesn't eat it. It goes
lands on
up
his
and
head.
it lands on his head and it turns in purple.
I thought he eats it.
No, it goes on his
Oh
head.
my god!
And then he
There's
shakes
a
it.
different idle animation where he eats one.
And then he like spins and then purple disappears.
He goes.
Oh, okay. Just a bit shocked by that. Alright,
Draven, why do you like Crash 3 so much?
Because it's easy. And I can actually play it
It is
until the underwater levels and the racing levels.
Because those levels are just.
They suck.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I like the levels where you can ride on Pera as Coco. And then, like,
On the Great Wall of China.
yeah, and then there's that one with the big fat man with the two heads. I like that one.
Oh, the fancy ones.
Yeah.
I didn't know what you were on about then.
Yeah, because it's a fat man and he's in a green top, and after like you knock him over, you
Kick
can
him
jump
off.
on him.
Yeah. He gets
Yeah.
knocked down.
okay, is there anything you don't like other than the water levels and the racing levels?
No, those levels suck.
Just those.
That's it, just those.
Yeah, I like doing all the bosses though. That's fun.
What about the time trials?
No, they suck as well.
Yeah.
Okay, what's another game you like?
Spyro 3 Year of the Dragon.
And why do you like Spyro 3 Year of the Dragon?
Because, like, the storyline, it starts with a cutscene of, like, I want to say Rhinoceros, like, stealing all the dragon eggs.
Mm.
And basically you need to go through the game collecting those eggs and all the gems. And when you do that, you basically save the dragon's world
Mm.
because they get all the babies back.
Great.
Imagine if that happened in real life.
Rhino steals your baby.
A rhino comes running in and steals all the babies.
Okay, what do you not like?
How, like, when you go underwater, the controls are completely different.
Yeah,
That's annoying.
cool.
Basically, any water levels in any game.
To be fair, I hate the
Not
Mario
wrong.
water levels. I hate them so much. I don't like that fish, that pink one that comes up and kisses you because it just depowers you and kills you if you're already a tiny Mario. I don't like that one.
I went and did an interview with my friend Fraser. He's been a long time
Friend.
video gamer.
Friend.
Sorry, Fraser Berry. I did that. Hi. Welcome to the second interview of the show. This is Aiden. I'm here with Fraser Berry. He's
Hello.
a long time gamer.
You're right.
Bez, what's your favourite game
Of all time.
of all time? What is your favourite video game?
Well, from what I've played, I'd probably say Far Cry 3, because it was my first kind of big kind of like open world game that I played, and it was kind of like the first experience I had of that kind of like genre. So, I don't know, just kind of being able to do like whatever the hell you want, like whenever you want, and not kind of being tied down to like a linear story or something like that is pretty good. So I'd probably say, yeah, my first experience of that. Yeah.
Are there any other games that you really like though?
I'd probably say on the same topic as like my first game, or like first game that I've played, probably like Just Cause 2 or something.
Oh really?
For the similar kind of
Games are just ridiculous.
For the same kind of like aspects. That was kind of another one of like my first kind of like open world games that I played, that I've kind of, you know, kind of got me into that kind of like style that I've kind of always liked.
Yeah. Is there anything like, are there any like game mechanics or that you like about that game, or like any music or anything in particular about it?
What about both, or about?
Yeah, either. Yeah.
I'm not sure.
I always like the music in Far Cry.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Especially no. In fact, the is the intro music, I think. When you you run in and like I think you like cling onto that bridge and then you just fall into the water.
About,
yeah, that one, that intro scene with that music. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's like a classic Far Cry thing. Like, I'm pretty sure if you played it and you hear that, you know that it's the.
Yeah. Do you have any particular memories from these games, or just gaming in general, that like stick out to you?
Probably, I'd say maybe things with like playing with Aiden and that in like games
that's
like
me.
playing with games like, I don't know, DayZ and things, purely because of because of like bugginess and like glitches and things, and just because of how like funny that is when a game is just like broken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always remember us playing GTA.
Yeah, GTA as well.
With the rocket launchers.
Oh yeah, and then GTA that night as well. Was it like New Year's Eve or something?
Gee,
that was funny as
you
well.
were fucking drunk as
Yeah, on that. Yeah, I can't even really remember what happened there, but
we were trying to do the bike mission. And
yes,
the
that
people
was it. Yeah, and
they
were just massive
retards.
noobs. Yeah,
They kept driving off cliffs. And
yeah,
shit.
yeah, just pulling
That
like the
was fun.
stupidest.
I
Maneuvers
forgot
and
about
things.
that. That was great.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you don't like about these games at all? Like in Far Cry and stuff like that?
Probably a similar thing to what we've discussed before about like characters. So like Citra or whatever in Far Cry 3. Yeah.
When was the last time you actually played it?
Far Cry 3. Probably about a year ago, I think.
Oh really? Okay.
Yeah. But it was only like a few of the like main story missions, and kind of before I kind of got bored of it, because I have played it like at least I think like 5 times or something.
Oh, you've played it more than me. Then.
Yeah.
I always remember that you have to make a decision at the end between Citra and whoever the other woman was.
Saving your friends, is it?
No, there's like one woman in particular that you're supposed to really like. But
Oh.
I always remember that decision being less who do you like more and being more who do you want to see die more.
Yeah. Is that the one where you've got that knife to like your friend's throat? or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Her name's like Emily or something like
Yeah.
that. I don't remember. God, I hate the characters in that game. They were all so unlikable.
Yeah.
Alright, so now we're going to go opposite end of the ballpark. What are your least favourite games? Daisy's not allowed. You can't say
Is
Daisy.
it not?
No, you're not allowed to say Daisy.
Why?
Because you already mentioned it.
I don't know.
Or just a game that you've played that you hated playing it.
I hated playing.
Yeah. I could give you an example of one I hated. If
Go
you
on.
want one. Elite Dangerous.
Yeah, Elite Dangerous. Yeah. Yeah, I'd agree with you on that.
Pretty much just early access in general.
Yeah,
It's probably-
early access. Yeah, when developers sell, well, because obviously you buy into that, don't you? There's like into early access, but
I buy into
some games. Yeah, can I talk about DayZ?
Yeah, sure. I was just
Like, yeah, it's just like because obviously you expect there's going to be bugs and glitches and things, but when it's been about, I mean, I don't even know how many years it's been.
It's been at least 4 now.
Yeah, at least 4 years or something. You would have thought that the kind of alpha development stage would have ended by then, but
They just realise how much money they're making.
yeah, and
in
I
its
think
current
they've
state.
only just released it into beta now.
Oh, have they?
Yeah.
I must have missed that.
Which is not really significant in the slightest.
4
because
years later.
Yeah, because its overall player base is about
3 people at
yeah.
any time.
Nah, realistically, it is only about 300 to 400 people like
Jesus.
daily. Yeah, and that's
Did
that's
you
probably
ever-
the peak actually.
Did
But,
you ever see about Lawbreakers?
I think you talked to me about that. Yeah.
Lawbreakers was a game where the developers of it were calling it the thing that's going to kill Overwatch and TF2.
Yeah, that's a bit of a strong statement to make.
In the beta, they actually had really good player numbers. They had like 20,000 at once at some point.
Yeah.
And then when the full game came out and people realised it's not free to play, no one got it. No
Yeah.
one bought it. And nowadays, that game has like 3 people playing it.
Yeah.
A multiplayer team-based game. Three concurrent players. Like, I don't even understand how you can mess up that bad.
They shouldn't have been so overambitious with their statements at the start, really, should they?
No.
Yeah.
Is there anything particular about like DayZ or just any early access game that really bugs you though, other than developers?
Developers. I mean, I guess it is kind of developers again, but I don't know.
Just the nature of it, really.
Yeah. Like, I mean, there's PUBG. You know, did you hear about Fix PUBG?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because they wanted the fans to do their job for them.
Yeah, they literally wanted you to go and like suggest, all the issues.
They wanted you
and
to
then-
beta test the game that
Yeah,
they just
when
released.
actually you would have thought that they would have their own team for that kind of stuff.
Exactly.
So that bugs me a bit. And I think they've ended that now. They said, "Oh, look, we've kind of fixed everything." And I'm
No,
like,
they
"No,"
haven't.
because in a game like that, there's never a time where you can sort of just sit back and just be like, "Right, we've done everything." That's it.
That's them admitting defeat to Fortnite right there.
Yeah, maybe just game devs again, just being a bit, I don't know.
Lackluster.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you actually like about these games though?
PUBG, like especially, I know with the new map, the Sandhawk map, which is like much smaller than the other
Oh, that's
two
great.
maps. The because it's a much smaller map. I think the kind of overall time and like how fast the game feels is like reduced, so everything is much quicker, and you're not kind of. You don't
You're
feel
not
like
like
you've wasted
walking around in circles for
you don't-
half an hour doing nothing.
Yeah, you don't feel like you've wasted a load of time just to get like shot at the end. You can kind of like get involved in the action near enough straight away, and actually like get somewhere with it rather than just like you said, just wandering around like a desert map or whatever.
Dude, do you remember Sea of Thieves?
Do I remember Sea of Thieves?
I
Yeah,
was
still
so
do,
hyped
yeah.
for that game. I wanted it to be so good.
There's still streamers that play it now that love it. I mean, I think
Ding Dong's a really good streamer, but all he plays is like Sea of Thieves and Fallout 76.
Yeah.
You know what? Fallout
Fallout
76 is
76.
probably the new example of a game that's come out and the developers just clearly don't care about it at all.
Yeah. I kind of feel like that's a common trend these days amongst a lot of games. To be fair, which is a bit sad, really.
Do you know what
Yeah.
probably started it?
What?
Minecraft.
Minecraft.
Yeah. Because everyone saw how successful that was, because it was just a game that continually updated itself. So I think developers are more comfortable with the idea of releasing a game that's incomplete and then just giving it update patches every now and again.
Yeah, but also just piggybacking off other games' success, I think, and then doing a
That's
things
like the full-on battle royale genre thing.
yeah,
now.
yeah, exactly, yeah, and kind of like zombie survival and probably like a few
shit.
other things like exploration games and yeah, stuff like that.
Rust. Yes.
Rust, yeah. I think Rust is another one of them games that's kind of, I don't even know if people still really play that. Like
People still play it, but they're very like
yeah,
it's diminishing fast. I think. I think that's about it. Those were all the questions that I had for you.
decent. Okay, yeah.
Cheers, Bez.
problem.
See ya.
Bye.
Let's cut to another game. Joe, do you want to talk about Monster Hunter?
Yes, I do.
I never heard Monster Hunter before he talks about it, by the way.
Really?
No, I never heard of it
Have,
before.
have you not
Me
even
neither.
like heard of Monster Hunter World? Because that's
You
a
guys
pretty
are
big
shit.
thing.
I never heard of it before. I just thought it was like a game that came out on PS1 one time.
I mean, it's been on a few things. It's been on iOS. I don't know about Android, but it's been on iOS. It's been on DS, PSP, PlayStation, Xbox, and now PC as well.
I've genuinely never heard about it before.
Well,
What do you like about it?
It's gonna sound really distant.
just from the other side of the room. What do you like about it? Well, I've always been into games with like monsters, basically, and
Yeah.
And hunting.
okay, yeah, you can say that. So, like combining that with being able to use swords and bowguns to fight instead of like modern weaponry, how you'd find like a Call of Duty or something. I just really enjoyed it, and there's like a large variety between all the monsters, and the environment around you is like really full.